I spent 24 hours having a mooch around Glasgow in charity shops, whilst my wife Eloise went off to do a proper corporate job. This is her excited about all those charity shops and all that tat I'm going to bring home. We stayed at one of the Marriotts on the edge of Glasgow town centre. The breakfast was really good and it was just a short walk into kind of like what you would call rather an industrial city. I walked past a museum and some kind of university campus, and then as soon as I hit this river, I'm guessing that could be the Clyde, then we were kind of in charity shop territory. I've got a couple of friends in Glasgow and I was really lucky to be meeting up with my friend Kenny a bit later on today, who was just getting some parcels done, so I was free to mooch around by myself for a little while. This one in particular was some kind of discount shop, so most of the good things I imagine had already been picked, and I did find that a lot of the shoes were either fake or damaged or quite dirty, but still the prices were really cheap in here. The problem I got was I just haven't got much space to take anything home, so the plan of action for today was quite simply to maybe go home with 1 or 2 jackets, something of high value, and if I do find any bread and butter and good fodder pieces, of course I was going to pass them over to my mate Kenny. So we've made our way to another shop here, and straight away On Clouds and Sergio Tacchini, but they were just a bit outside of budget. This is all within like 100 metres distance of one another. There's lots of charity shops in Glasgow. And as always in a good city centre, there is some interesting graffiti everywhere you go. So I'm slowly walking to a place called Partick, and there's 3 or 4 charity shops here, all next to one another. All quite small, but you never know what you're going to find. This is the only real item of interest, and it's kind of like a scruffy G-Star jacket. Not really big money, so I left that one behind. And then I found a Hugo Boss t-shirt, which was a bit older. And then Kenny showed up. He found a really nice DKNY wool jacket, but it was just out of reach price-wise. So on to the next charity shop. And this time we're in a Marie Curie. Again, it's quite a small one. Spotted this King Cobra golf bag. I'm no expert in golf, but I know it's an expensive brand. So on to the next one. Again, only another small one a few steps away, but this one was a lot smarter and seemed to have a lot more stock inside. Found this lovely pot, but we left it behind. Kenny's found something. Finally, I picked something up, Helly Hansen jacket, but passed it to Kenny. Kenny was saying that this area of Glasgow is being used quite regularly for American films, in particular a new Spider-Man movie that's coming out because it looks really industrial and cool. I up-duck, this woman was attacking us with a Hoover. Henry Hoover, get out of the way, get out of the way. Under Armour tracksuit for 50 quid seemed a bit pricey. These t-shirts though were alright. There was a good collection and maybe about 10 or 12 older t-shirts. Some of them were single stitch and it looked like someone had gone for like a massive hike or a big run. Some were in South Africa and a few were like brewery related. Okay, on to cancer research now. Quite a lot of these are in the Midlands and they're relatively cheap. I found a Barbie, but this was priced up at 20 quid, so not really worth it. And then an M&S overshirt. Now, as I get older, I'm starting to appreciate Marks & Spencer's, to be fair. Here's a Dickies puffer jacket, but again, it was just priced a little bit too out of reach. Cool jacket, but too expensive. Then we found some Polo Sport. Now you don't see this type of tag very often as it's a bit older, maybe Y2K, but it wasn't in very good condition and they were taxing on the price. This pretty green was more affordable, but again, pretty basic to be taken home with me. Whilst we were walking back to the car, we spotted this little cafe. Sat down, had a nice cup of coffee and a cup of tea together. Just figuring out where we're going to go next because there's so much to do in Glasgow. There's best part of about 70 charity shops. And check out the murals on the end of these buildings. The graffiti's quite cool. I think that's a bus stop. And yeah, on to the next place. So Kenny was telling me that this area is a bit poorer and usually you don't find much in the charity shops, but straight away we found these 2 Gant matching sweaters which look quite good and they were cheap. So they're like sleeveless gilets or vests. And then there was these Desigual shirts. There was actually 2 of these. Kenny spotted these, but the price on them was just a little bit too out there. But if you don't know, Desigual make really nice denim stuff as well, which is good value. And then I spotted this for me, thinking it was vintage, but then it ended up being Pull and Bear. I spotted this little coffee maker. I know the brand Inox quite well. I think Kenny kept this one as a personal. Then we were on to my favourite charity shop. I love the floor in this place with the stripes. There was a bit more of a boutique type vibe. Everything was really clean and ironed or steamed, and the prices seemed pretty reasonable too. These Mizunos were new with tags or unworn, and they seemed like a good fair price. I love the colour on them, but unfortunately I'm a size 9 or a 9.5 and they were at 8. I'm not finding much charity shop denim lately, but what we did find is this absolute beauty John Smedley. I didn't pick this up very often, but Kenny knew exactly what it was, so I'll have a bit of that. And then going along this rail, we found a bit of Y2K as well, a bit of Hugo Boss, and here we go, Hugo Boss, and here we go, there's the Oakley. Woo! You don't see this Y2K Oakley tag very often, and the price on it was like £7, so I knew that Kenny would be interested in that one, so I saved it for him. That's probably like a £30 resale. Then these high-tech trainers took my fancy. They were definitely vintage, but not the best brand in the world. On the way out I saw this nice silk shirt, hard to sell but looked really cool. And here's another one, bit of a better known brand. We left these behind, but I just wanted to show them on the video because they are true 90s pieces. Made in Italy of course as well. Now then, here we go, proper Scottish weather. There is in fact an old Scottish saying that goes something like, if you don't like the weather in Scotland, just wait half an hour and it'll change. And that's pretty much exactly what was happening all day. Drizzle, rain, sunshine, repetitively. Okay, this area was interesting. This shop in particular doesn't really have any prices or tagged, but they have set like prices written on the wall. Kenny found a few pairs of jeans, including 2 pairs of Eloise. Now the first pair, these ones unfortunately were a copy pair. You can tell instantly from the tags, but the pair in Kenny's hand, these ones, were absolute beauties. They were a 12-ounce pair, Japanese, probably early Y2K pair of Eloise with a nice gull arc on the back. And he also picked up a really nice Scottish sweater we had a look at. And overall this shop was one of the best, and apparently it's in one of the poorer areas. I found another coffee pot. Don't know what it is with these at the moment, but I think I'm ready for a new one. And then we saw these really cool Timberland boots, and they look to be dead stock, unused condition. I was just checking to see if there's any more pairs knocking around. Kenny was unsure on the Timberlands, but I think he ended up getting them. I don't think they'll be big money, but they will be a quick flip. There we go, found the exact pair on a match. Yeah, we'll go for them. And then I think this might have been one of the last shops. This was quite a big one with lots of furniture in. You often find that these kind of furniture shops send all of their good clothes over to better known charity shops with clothes in, and they never have really good stuff for me. But this one was interesting. I think it might have been our last charity shop, and they had like a designer rail, some really expensive items and well-known brands on there, but they were priced a bit too high. I don't know anything about Laura Packham dress, but I'm pretty sure it says something like £700 on the tag, which caught my eye. Don't know much about women's lady thing clothes at all. Hobbs, and they had quite a few sea salt items, which means they must have been a kind of like a corporate donation, which you often find now in charity shops, like from big brands trying to get rid of their stock. I still look at these type of things. Here's a Versace Versus, really nice 2-piece suit, again women's. Most of the bits on the rest of this rail were like sea salt items, again corporate donations. We've got a pair of £20 Levi's which just aren't going to cut the mustard. And then I found these shoes, thought they looked cool, but they were no brand. They were more going to be a personal if they fit. And then the Clarks were £50 a pair, Clarks Originals. I mean, you can get them on the Clarks outlet website for less than that. Nipped into another little charity shop, and this was giving me the Big Lebowski kind of vibe, but it ended up being acrylic and not being made by Pendleton, which would have been absolutely amazing. I swear Tim Hortons got a fish and chip shop. And then I loved this little mug, and next to them there was a Fly London pair of shoes which Kenny nabbed. Right, is this the last one? I can't remember. No Fear was like really popular as a skate brand when I was a kid, plus some more Fly London boots. And then finally, we got to have some more pizza. Can you believe I actually had 3 pizzas within 24 hours? No wonder I'm gaining weight. Anyway, thanks for watching. Love you all. Bye.